Paul Riddell from Lendy joins us now, the title sponsor, of course, of Lendy Cows Week. And Paul, we spoke midweek. Did you get out racing in the end?
I did, yes, yesterday. So we managed to get out for about 2.5 hours. It was rough though.
On the sun sail?
On the sun sail, yeah. So we sailed, we've been sailing since last Saturday on the F40s.
Yeah. Well, yesterday definitely was the wettest and wildest day, and in the end the racing abandoned for that class. But what was it like out there on the sun sails?
Most of the week it's been fantastic, absolutely fantastic. We've had full crews. We've got a professional crew, but also taking 5 to 6 guests out each day, and they've all been absolutely thrilled. Stunning event. The colour on the water, the competitiveness of all the races as well has been extraordinary. And we've overall we didn't quite win what we wanted this year, but we came a good second. So
was it Tenzing who won?
Tenzing who won, yes, who were challenging us last year. But it was still an extraordinary achievement. All of our crews loved it, and yesterday, yes, it was abandoned in the end. I was on there being thrown all over the place, and but it was a fantastic experience.
And from Lendy's perspective, it's been a great week. We started with heatwave weather, didn't we? And we ended, we're ending today, but yesterday the very wet and wild conditions. As far as title sponsor go, what's been great for you this week? What's worked really well?
I think having that fantastically gorgeous weather was a great start to the event, because it makes people feel very up for it and very much in a kind of festival mood. So that was a great start, and the forecast of the whole week was great. So I've been here since last Thursday. So how many days is that?
You do lose track of how many days. It's 10 days ago.
So I'm feeling a little bit at the moment, but it's for us, Lendy, the title sponsor of the event. I mean, we've had an amazing week. We've had a slightly bigger and larger lounge with a TV studio built into it as well. So we've been doing lots of things within the TV studio, and we've managed to do some different things that we did last year as well, Simon. So Lendy Ladies Day was an important one for us, to mark the 100 years of when we get in the vote, and to have the nominees, fantastic achievements of the nominees, and Tracy Edwards getting the top award for that was a great day. And we bought we had our music stage as well, so we brought some new music onto the island as well on Wednesday, which went down really well. The bands absolutely adored it. None of them have played here before, and working very close with the charity as well. So 1851 Trust has been a really nice experience for us, and doing lots of good STEM workshops with them in the lounge and around the town as well.
Now we've loved the interviews with Nick down at her Lendy TV studio there.
She's great, isn't she?
Been playing those. There's nobody more enthusiastic than Nick Douglas, and they're great to hear her and see her on Cows TV and Cows Radio. And of course you are signed for several more years. I'm sure you've been noting down things you want to add or things you want to tweak. I mean, what can you tell us about that? What's in your sights for next year here?
Well, last year was just about making the brand more visible and activating that brand. This year we've had 12 months, starting really from last September, so a month after the last one finished.
Yeah. We
were already in discussions with Cows Week Limited, the organisers, and with other sponsors like Musto and the new charity, and looking at what we wanted to do this year. So what we've done this year was a different experience for us. We've done a lot. We're a lot more integrated, I think, into the event. We've been welcomed with open arms this week as well, which has been amazing. And next year it'll be about really kind of building on the brand awareness, integrating ourselves further into the event as well. I think technology is going to play a much bigger part for us. We had the app this year, which was a big win for the event. And
back with you in a second, Paul. We've got the start of the Flying 15s and the sonars here. A few spinnakers going up. And the line is clear, says the race officer. White spinnaker on 3957, just collapsing there in the flying 15s. That's 4 wins. And a red spinnaker on 3288 is a 4 the week, the little red spinnaker. The sonar's also starting here. Bertie with the Union Jack on its mainsail. Further up is 614. Which is Miscreant, one of the Island Sailing Club sonars. It's slightly quicker progress for these boats than it was for the Red Wings, but 3779, the top flying 15, men behaving badly, not bothering with the spinnaker at the moment. It's shifty, it's fluky, it's quite complicated there. They are battling with the tide there. Bertie next across for the sonars. Then it's 3288, a red spinnaker on a 4 the week. And off go the flying 15s, men behaving badly, 3779, not bothering yet. 614 in the sonars isn't either, that's Miscreant, and 747 is Spare Parts. So off go the flying 15s and the sonars. We'll keep an eye on them. We've got Blue Spinnaker with a yellow band on 3654, which is Freddie Flintoff. And 614 in the sonars is Miscreant. And off they go now on their race today. Relatively short races on Cowstown Regatta Day, the final day of Lendy Cows Week. Back with Paul now. I think you've definitely got more national coverage this week, with particularly on Ladies' Day. With you had Good Morning Britain here. You had plenty of celebrities here, and you of course had the royal visit as well. But I think my assessment is in the newspapers and on TV there was more national non-yachty coverage. I don't know if you...
Well, that was one of our objectives as well, because it is a south-based event, and it does attract a certain fraternity. So our ambition certainly this year, working with Cowswick Limited, Kate Johnson there, was to broaden the appeal, encourage a lot more families from across the country to come, and national coverage helps with that. So yes, we've had the One Show, BBC One Show did a nice piece on the event. Yeah, Good Morning Britain, a number of major national newspapers as well have covered it. So yeah, we're very, very pleased with the profile, with the coverage that we've had so far, and it's it's an amazing summer event, this an amazing summer festival, and I think it's certainly one of the best that I've experienced in a long, long time.
Yeah, it is part of the British sporting summer, absolutely. After glorious Goodwood, and it's really part of the whole scene with Wimbledon and Ascot and all of that. But I think you've touched on something there that's really important, that still the message we have to get across to the general public is an incredibly democratic event. Yes, there are the big posh boats, but there are also, for example, in the squibs we can see here now, there are people here just paying £100 or a few £100 to have a share in a boat, and they're here in the national championships on a start line in Cowes, and that's, the more we can get that message out, the better.
Yes, and I think encouraging, we had some of this last year with the charity that Discover Sailing, activities that were laid on. There's been lots more this year as well, with Land Rover in particular taking young people out for sailing for the first time, and I know other sponsors and other supporters here have really encouraged lots of people who've never sailed before, young and old, to get out on the water in different ways, and that can only be a good thing. I mean, it's an incredible team spirit when you're out there. I mean, you're up against the elements, everything gets thrown at you. I mean, the competition and the skill of the skippers on these boats and the crews on these boats is absolutely incredible. And to be, I mean, I was lucky enough to go. I was hoping to go early in the week, but I didn't have time. But I was lucky enough to go yesterday, and even though the weather was not the most clement, it was still an extraordinary experience. Yeah. And everyone, I mean, we had 11 crew yesterday, and we were thrown around all over the place. But it was an extraordinary experience, and we loved it, and would definitely be doing it again. So.
Well, yeah, rewinding to the Sunsail fleet there, that is the big corporate fleet. You're the title sponsor with corporate hospitality. How does the event work in terms of hospitality for your guests for you and indeed all the other companies that are out there in the sun sail fleet?
Yeah, so we did a mix of things this year. So the core of our hospitality was around having an opportunity for our guests to go out on the water. So we chartered a sun sail for 5 days last year, and we competed. That camera always makes me start, but we chartered a sun sail for 5 days last year, and took part in the Lendy Finance Challenge, and we won that last year. We wanted to take part in the full sun sail challenge this year, so we did the full 7 days, and so that was core. You don't come to Cowes and don't go out on the water, whether it's on a rib, on a smaller boat, or on a racing boat as well. So we're really, really pleased we managed to get a large number of our guests out on the water, all of them absolutely thrilled with it. So that was the core. Our lounge, we have gone bigger on it, but we've entertained probably over 1,000 people over the course of the last 7-8 days, including a lot of members of clubs here, visitors who've popped in. The TV studio has been a draw. It's quite nice for people to see skippers, sailors, celebrities, etc. being interviewed in the lounge, behind the glass, etc. Because I think that that generates a real buzz in itself. And the lounge has been buzzing all week. We've had live music in there. We've had Jack Blumenthal, Heston's son, doing some of our food this week, which has been good.
I didn't know about that. If I'd known about that.
And as I say, we've had a large number of young teenagers in doing the STEM workshops with the 1851 with Ben Ainsley and Lady Georgie as well. So that's created a nice buzz. We've done a big auction in there this week for the charity, and it's been. And we wanted to do things that we thought our guests would enjoy, that would help us to bring something different to what we did last year. So. Sponsorship is an expensive thing, and you want your money to not only be a great brand activation for you as a company, but also to be seen to be giving something back to the event as well, to enhance it in some ways. And hopefully people think we have done that. And next year, you asked that question earlier in the interview. Yes, we'll be looking at what's worked this year, and look at some new things. And things that can really kind of continue to broaden the appeal of this amazing event, to encourage people of all ages, of both sexes. I mean, that was the good thing about Lendy Ladies' Day was the celebration of women talent on the water who can compete in just as well as men can. And it's great to see some teams here, all female teams here at this event as well this year. The Tutamar team. In particular.
Yep, and Tracy Edwards winning the Lendy Ladies' Day trophy as well. Paul, thank you so much. Great to hear. Look forward to seeing you next year, and thanks for everything.
No, you're very welcome.
Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.
Paul Riddell there from Lendy, the title sponsors here at the regatta, of course.